DJ Akademiks has consistently been a bold voice in hip-hop commentary, and his opinions on the ongoing feud between Drake and Kendrick Lamar are particularly explosive. On a recent Saturday, Akademiks analyzed the conflict with a blend of enthusiasm and sharp critique, making bold assertions that surprised both fans and artists. One of his most provocative claims: he believes Kendrick Lamar's music has killed hip-hop, and he means this in a literal sense, discussing the lasting effects of Lamar's actions on the genre and its future. Hello everyone, welcome to Celebrity Cookies. Please don't forget to subscribe and comment your thoughts about the video. I hope to see you in our next cookies. His remarks came at a crucial time as the one-year anniversary of the feud between Kendrick and Drake was approaching. This rivalry has not only shaped the culture for nearly a year, but has also kept fans on edge and sparked a media frenzy. Akademiks was unapologetically critical, particularly of Kendrick's Super Bowl halftime show, which he felt should have been a significant moment for hip-hop, but instead turned into a platform for Kendrick to air his personal grievances with Drake. During an Instagram live session, Akademiks criticized Lamar for using such a prominent stage, one of the biggest and most mainstream in the world, to further his personal vendettas. He argued that the Super Bowl halftime show should have celebrated hip-hop's cultural significance, showcasing its power and resilience. Instead, Kendrick's performance, especially his rendition of Not Like Us, felt more like a diss track than a celebration of the genre. Akademiks contended that Lamar's focus on personal conflicts detracted from the collective progress of hip-hop, making the performance seem less like an artistic expression and more like a clash of egos. Moreover, Akademiks warned that this misstep could have lasting repercussions for the future of rap at major events like the Super Bowl. If Kendrick could use the world's biggest stage to push personal narratives instead of uplifting hip-hop as a whole, it might deter the NFL or other major organizations from inviting rap artists to headline future events. He painted a bleak picture. If hip-hop's leading figures prioritize airing old grievances over advancing the genre as a united front, it could discourage mainstream venues from embracing rap acts in the future. This critique highlighted Kendrick's priorities, suggesting he is more focused on his own legacy and conflicts than on the genre he represents. To grasp Akademiks' perspective, we need to revisit the origins and current state of the feud between Kendrick Lamar and Drake. This conflict transcends a mere rap rivalry. It represents a battle between two giants of hip-hop. As a vocal supporter of Drake, Akademiks has consistently backed the OVO leader. For him, the dispute with Kendrick is not solely about music, it's about legacy and the quest for the title of the ultimate king of rap. He believes that Kendrick's line in Like That from 2024, F****CK the Big Three, it's just Big Me, sparked a significant controversy. This line reignited discussions about the Big Three, a long-standing debate regarding who truly dominates the rap scene. For years, fans have debated the true Big Three of rap, consisting of the three major players, Drake, Kendrick, and J. Cole. However, Kendrick's provocative line shattered the unity of the Big Three, and in Akademiks' view, this marked the shift from friendly rivalry to outright conflict. By declaring F****CK the Big Three, Kendrick was not only challenging Drake and Cole but also dismissing the notion of shared power in the rap industry, positioning himself as the sole leader. For Akademiks, this was the turning point where the feud became personal, evolving beyond music to encompass pride and the ambition to be recognized as the king of rap. Despite the ongoing tension, DJ Akademiks remained focused on the broader implications for the genre. He argued that Kendrick's actions, especially his diss tracks and personal focus during such a critical time, were damaging not only his relationship with Drake, but also the entire industry. The repercussions of this rivalry were evident in Drake's recent actions, or lack thereof. Akademiks noted that Drake's once dominant presence seemed to have stalled the industry, as no one could progress without addressing the weight of the Kendrick-Drake feud, which was stifling creativity. One of Akademiks' most pointed criticisms was directed at Kendrick Lamar's Meet the Grahams, which he labeled the worst diss song in recent memory. He viewed the track not merely as an attack on Drake, but as a desperate bid for relevance. It felt less like a battle anthem, and more like a forced assertion of Lamar's dominance, lacking the creativity and artistry he was known for. According to Akademiks, the song merely emphasized the hostility between the two rather than advancing the genre. In contrast, Drake appeared to have moved on, collaborating with Party Next Door on their joint album /Dollaron/Dollarexy/Dollarongs for You, which produced hits like Nokia and Gimme a Hug. Akademiks regarded this as a strategic shift for Drake, embracing new sounds and innovation while distancing himself from past bitterness. Despite all his commentary, DJ Akademiks wasn't finished. He targeted DJ Head, a host on The Bigger Picture, who had recently shared his views on the feud between Kendrick and Drake during an interview with Rory and Mal. Akademiks not only disagreed with DJ Head's perspective, but also labeled him the worst media personality, accusing him of spreading false information and failing to grasp the broader implications of Kendrick's actions on the hip-hop industry. DJ Head, who co-hosts The Bigger Picture alongside Elliot Wilson and Jeremy Hetch, has yet to respond to Akademiks' criticisms. However, it's evident that the tension between these two media figures extends beyond just Kendrick and Drake. It reflects concerns about the future direction of the culture. At the core of Akademiks' argument is the notion that the entire culture is stuck in a standoff. With Kendrick Lamar seemingly fixated on his feud with Drake, and Drake focused on moving past it, the industry feels paralyzed. No one appears willing to step up and move beyond the burden of his conflict, leaving a gap that neither Kendrick nor Drake has managed to fill. The culture has stagnated as the genre's biggest stars are embroiled in a back and forth that has shifted from music to ego clashes, leaving the rest of the industry in a state of uncertainty. In his remarks, DJ Akademiks echoed a sentiment many fans have felt for months. The feud between Kendrick Lamar and Drake has created a deadlock that hinders the industry's progress. While the struggle for supremacy continues, hip-hop's leading figures, like J. Cole and Tyler, the Creator, are still pushing boundaries and innovating. Meanwhile, the audience watches as Lamar and Drake engage in a rivalry that shows no signs of resolution. So what lies ahead? Will the industry remain paralyzed by the Kendrick and Drake feud, or will new voices emerge to steer the genre in a different direction? Akademiks seems to believe a change is necessary. He argues that the only way forward is for the two biggest names in rap to set aside their egos and create music that advances the culture, rather than getting mired in personal disputes. Ultimately, DJ Akademiks' remarks about Kendrick Lamar killing hip-hop and stalling the industry go beyond the feud itself. They address how this conflict has affected the culture as a whole. Hip-hop requires more than just rivalry and diss tracks. It needs unity, progress, and innovation. If Kendrick Lamar and Drake cannot find a way to move past their feud, it may fall to the next generation of artists to break free from the stagnation and elevate the genre. The lingering question is, can the kings of rap pause their fighting long enough to prevent the throne from fading into obscurity? Only time will reveal the answer. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this situation, so please share your opinions in the comments. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications to stay updated on this story.